to the press conference ahead of the playoffs of the 2025 Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League. Absolutely delighted to be joined by representatives of the 4 franchises who will be taking part. David Wiese from the St. Lucia Kings, Romario Shepherd from the Guyana Amazon Warriors, Nicholas Pooran from the Trinbago Knight Riders, and Imad Wasim from the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons. Before I open it up to questions from you guys, what I'll ask is, starting from first and going through to fourth, to have a brief comment from each of the guys here about how they're feeling going into the playoffs. And then what we'll do is we'll open it up to questions from there on. So starting with David, if you could give us an idea of how the Kings are feeling going into the camp, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, look, we're obviously, we're quite happy to have secured one of the top 2 spots. That was our goal from the start, to get into the top 2, just give yourself that second bite at it in case things don't go well in the playoffs. It just gives yourself 2 chances at it. But yeah, the guys are feeling confident. We've got a couple of training sessions heading into the playoff game now. So, first job done for us, but it's not finished yet, and we've still got a couple of important games coming up.
Yeah, we're fairly confident. That was one of our goals, to actually qualify first or second, just to get an extra cushion, like David also mentioned. But also from a psychological point of view, you're top 2 now, so you got to play like a top 2 team in the competition going into, the business end, because it's all like done and dusted in the wrong game. So it's just for us to take that momentum and, go forward.
But unlike David and Sheppy, we don't have the comfort of 2 chances again to the finals. But for us, we believe if we have to be successful, we have to beat everyone. Playoffs is a different type of cricket, different type of pressure, and we're accustomed to that. So we're looking forward to the next couple days. But from a group perspective, we know we have the work cut out to do. Coming here to Guyana hasn't been easy for us over the last couple of years, and we know the surface over here as well. It's a bit tricky, both first and second innings. So that's something, and we need to discuss and plan how we actually want to go about our innings on both sides.
Hello, everyone. Our journey been fantastic. I think the first box has been ticked, getting into the playoff. 3 wins away from the finals. These conditions, they suit us. And the thing is, all the teams are fantastic. So on a given day, whoever can beat whoever. So, but the thing is, we just want to showcase good talent, enjoy the game, and entertain the fans. That's about it. But ultimately, play in the right spirit, and whoever wins the tournament, good luck to them.
Shep, judging from last night's playing 11, I know you're not skipper, but do you believe probably that's a more comfortable or a balanced 11 that could probably take the Warriors to success in this tournament?
Yeah, definitely. With Shamar coming into the team, that like Pooran mentioned about the surface, how tricky it is, and he has the extra pace, and he shows how difficult it is to hit someone, bowling the pace and the ball also keeping a bit low and stuff like that, and some bouncing. So I think that's a good 11, but all in all, we're facing St. Lucia, so obviously we had to go back to the selection meeting and see what's the best 11 for that game, and hopefully we come up with a good 11 to actually win that game.
On a quick light note, who could hit it for you or Samson?
Well, definitely Samson right now. So hopefully the playoff I can give him some challenge. But as of now, he's hitting it further than me by a mile.
I just wonder if you could elaborate on that quickly. Samson, if you could touch on it, from knowing where he came from, tape ball, softball, this kind of stuff, to see him perform at that magnitude thus far in the tournament. I guess how pleased is it personally to you to see another guy from a rural area come out and take center stage in CPL? And from a team perspective, how happy are you guys to see his maturity thus far in CPL?
Well, like you mentioned about the way he came up, to see him bat like someone who actually been playing cricket for a while now at this level, and this is only his first season. The sky's the limit for him, and just hopefully he can continue to adjust and learn fast, because we all know how important it is. when, guys like Pooran mentioned, the old heads, like them actually getting to see a guy for the first time, they can pinpoint your weaknesses and stuff like that. So we all know how important it is for him to continue, improving in his weakness and, continue his strength, because he's talented and all, but, he's batting in a position that he has never batted before. And to see him actually go there and get back-to-back 50 in that position, is fantastic. And, it helped that, all this softball stuff that he play, it helped because you can see how low he get whenever he's batting, and he can hit the ball whenever it keeping low. So definitely it worked out well for him playing some softball and tape ball. And, he's showcasing his talent very well here in Guyana and stuff like that. And I'm very happy for him.
All right, TKB, you had your issues of, like you just mentioned, coming into Guyana. It's always been tricky for you. And also coming against the Falcons has been a bit tricky for you last season. And now, how is it coming up against the Falcons this time? You've had some time. Well rested.
Yeah, this guy, for some reason, don't really like TKR much. He's always batting his team out of trouble. But Falcon has definitely been a team that has challenged us in the past. And we're looking forward to, obviously, that game. As I said, playoff games are completely different. Imad just mentioned that, you hear the conditions, obviously. They like this condition. It's more in favor of them as well. So again, for me, it's on the day. It's based on the day. We're not gonna allow the toss to have impact on the game on both teams. But we're looking forward to the game. I mean, as I said before, it's playoff games. It's different. That's when personnels and individuals need to step up and make it count.
There's an injuries concern for you with Mohamed Amir. How is he?
He's still injured. Hoping for a miracle, but for now he's still injured.
Nicholas, a lot of times in your camp, the senior players talk about momentum and whatnot in these tournaments. I know you come off a string of losses, but is that something that will be at the back of your mind as you head into this eliminator? Or you guys gonna just wipe it off and look at you talking about play it match by match?
Yeah, for sure. If I look at the tournament, how it went for us, initially we went on the road. I don't think we won any toss on the road. Started from St. Kitts to St. Lucia, then to Barbuda and Guyana. For us, we just felt like it has been two different tournaments for us. When we batted first, it's been quite tricky in that power play for us, and when we have been losing a lot of wickets in the power play, and that's something we want to get better at. But when we have batted second, we have won the games quite convincingly. So it's just something for us to continue to fight, continue to win those winning periods. Because I still believe that even though we're batting first in tricky conditions, we're still giving ourselves a chance in the game. And for us, coming to playoff, even if we have the bat first, even if there's tricky conditions, we as a group need to, dig deep, fight, get something to obviously have a chance in the game. And we trust our bowlers that they'll get the job done. It's crunch time, and we all need to put our hands up and let it be counted.
I'm Romario. Last evening we saw Shamar took a wonderful catch, but grimaced a bit with his shoulder. Is there any concerns with regards to him going into these playoffs?
I think at the end of the game, I spoke to him and he said that, with a couple of days off, he's going to be fine. So, all in all, hopefully, he can come out and represent, the team and represent his country coming into this big game, because we all know how important this game is and how St. Louis have been beating us for the past 3 out of 4 games. So hopefully, we can make it 2 out of 5.
And the champions, defending champions, David, if you don't mind, there's always talk about win the toss, win the match. How have you assessed conditions at Providence?
Yeah, look, in the past, that's been quite a big thing. I know CPL did come out and say they're going to do certain measures to mitigate that, especially with the night games. But, at the end of the day, the toss is something that you can't control, and whatever happens, you need to make sure whether you're batting first, bowling first, whatever it is, you've got to make sure you do your skills well and give yourself the best opportunity and the best chance to win the game. I don't feel like
specifically this year, I think conditions have changed a little bit, and it's not as much as, win the toss, win the game anymore. You still need to put in the good performances. You still need to play well. You still need to plan well and prepare for those games and for those situations. So, it's not something that we're going to put too much emphasis on. Whatever we're going to need to do first, battle ball, you're just going to have to do it better than your opposition on the night.
One by one for Nicholas. In a pre-tournament interview, you reflected on 2024 AHUD lights and whatnot. There was a hunger from your end, taking over captaincy, I guess creating your own legacy from Polly and the rest of guys. This CPL title, should TKR get into that final and lift it, could you probably explain what it would mean to you for the franchise to come back and cement their legacy as probably the best in the tournament and to win a title in your first official outing, as tournament captain for TKR?
I think that would be perfect, but I know in this moment we can't think about winning a title. Obviously we'll take out Antigua first and foremost. We've been in this position before where we have to take the hard road, and that's our number one focus. So whatever happened last year with the lights cutting off, still no answers on that. But our focus is that game on Tuesday night, to be honest, and then we take it forward. Certain things we could control and certain things we can't, and what we could control is our emotions, and that's what we need going into these playoff games.
And Imad, Kareem Agor, and Jaden Seals, just talk a bit about their performance leading up to the playoffs. How much are you impressed, and how much do you think you'll have an impact going forward into the tournament?
I always say to everyone, performance is not guaranteed, but attitude matters. I think the attitude of these guys are fantastic. Whole tournament, inside the rope, they just give their 100%. Obviously, Jaden is playing for West Indies, doing very good. So I think attitude matters. They're fantastic players. I wish them all the best in future. I hope tomorrow they stand up. Although, like in playoffs, whoever copes the pressure well wins the game most likely. TKR has got like 9 players who has done that before many a times. That's the advantage they have. But I think young guys need to step up. These are the games they might not be able to play maybe in next 5 years. So just gonna enjoy it and just do what they keep on doing.
Imad, if the trend continues, there's been a different winner for the CPL final in the last 6 seasons, I believe. So if that trend continues, you're likely to win the final. You have won it before. What's your message to the guys heading in, being the only team having won the title in the top 4?
It's simple. Just play one game at a time. Do not think about winning the final. Yes, you are here to win this trophy, but one game at a time. Do your things right. Like I said before, our pieces of puzzle are getting together, which I really like going into the playoff. Playing against any of the team because they are so experienced. They've done that before. It is going to be a massive task, but like Nikki said, if you want to win the tournament, you have to beat every team, and these are the best teams in the competition. So we're really looking forward for the challenge, and if we can do it, that'll be fantastic. But it's not going to be easy. These guys sitting here, beating them, it's going to be a great task, and but we are just thinking about Tuesday night, how we're going to approach the game. And the great thing is the dew is not an issue anymore, so we can just go out there and play good cricket.
Are we done? We've probably got time for one more. Oh, in that case, thank you very much, gentlemen.